Okay, now pretend you're in a cave and you're walking around and you find a room and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a monster spawner. Monsters are spawning everywhere, you don't know what to do. You're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could harness all their energy and stuff. Well, now you can. All you have to do is clear out the room around it to make it to where the skeleton spawner is in a 9x9 little hole here. And I can't go too far down because the environment doesn't go that down, it just leads to a hole. But pretend this is in a cave. Make it 9x9 and make it 5 deep from top to bottom. Yeah, I know. This is, I'll speed this up. Okay, so what you need to make sure is that there are 2 spaces above the monster spawner and 2 spaces below the monster spawner. That's where the ceiling and the floor is going to be. And then make sure from the center there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 out on each side, and then 1 in the middle, so that makes it 9, so it's 9x9. So 9x9 rune here. Then what you're going to want to do is put water in the corners, and it should flow like this and stop where the monster spawner is. Now what you're going to want to do is destroy the ground beneath where they stop flowing, and then destroy the rest. You're going to need signs and a bunch of building blocks. Be dirt or anything. So now that it's like this, you can see that all the water is flowing towards one place. This is where you're going to want to dig out. Now that you're here, this is where you're going to want to build a way up. What's going to happen is you're going to go up here, they're going to be pushed off to the right, and then they're going to be dropped. And when they land, they should only have half a heart, which only requires you to do 1 punch on them with your fist. No weapons required. And get the XP, and you can add everything else you want. So I'm going to speed this up in the process of building it. Right here, you're going to want to count 23 up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that is 23 blocks up. That side that they're gonna fall. See, I only have half a heart, and that's what they're gonna have too. Okay, so now for this part, you're going to want to make these level, except this part is going to be 1 block higher. And then what you can do is you can connect it like this. And what's going to happen is there's going to be walls around here, and water is going to be flowing this way. It's going to push them onto this, and then as the next skeleton comes, it's going to push him off, and he's going to fall, break. You're going to have a little surrounding thing around here to where he can't move. You just punch him and he dies. May take a while, but it's going to be definitely worth it. Now for this part, make sure it's like this, because you don't want them to jump up and down off, because if they jump up and down off, you know, they're going to lose more health and they're going to die when they fall and not give you anything in return. So make sure it just looks like this, and then, you know, you can like put a waterfall down here and then start building from this location. and reach it all the way up. And now basically you have the floor and the ceiling. Now you just need to do the sides. It's not that hard to do. And then once you have the sides, all you have to do is place the water in the signs to make it flow right. And you got yourself a working skeleton mob spawner grinder thing. That's what they call it. Yeah. Okay, so it should look like this. Should look like that going up. Should look like this going down. And as you can see, I built a little platform here, like I dug in the ground, to where he lands, I can hit him, and then walk up and get his stuff. Now, as for the water, it's not too tricky. You just need to know where the water flow is going. All right. So, place a sign here. Skip a block. Place a sign here. And you're good. Place a sign here. Actually, you're not good yet. Like that. And then you can place the water in here. What's going to happen is the mobs are just going to follow the current. They're going to land here. And naturally, they're always going to jump up. So we're just going to continue this pattern all the way up until they reach the top. And I'll fast forward that and light it up a bit. Okay, so now it should look like this. And when you get to the top, this sign should be right here. So just place water in between every little slot. You can just create an unlimited water source outside to help you with this. It might take a little while, but it's well worth it. Actually, this should be here. And then the water should flow from the top, not the bottom. And then place a sign here to stop the water flow. So the mob should reach up here, continue pressing up, get pushed out. They'll stop, land right here. Make sure there's no hole in the wall, because if there is, they're gonna get burned and they're gonna take more damage when they fall and die. And then once they're in the, well, I can't do it, but once they're in this spot, another skeleton will come along, push him off, he'll land here, and then that's where you whack him. So yeah, it should be fully functioning now. Just gonna plug up these holes, and we'll see it work. Alright, turn off torches. Alright, let's follow this guy. As you can see, he's working his way up. Maybe he can't. Alright, easier. Now it's like, now you can connect. Okay, now my mistake. You can't actually wait there. You have to wait next to the spawner for them to spawn at. So what you can do is just wait here. Like right in the middle. You're next to it, you're close enough to it. They'll spawn, they'll get killed. You can actually make this bridge a little bit closer to it so you can stand here and kill them. This is good enough to where I can stand here, kill them, and they'll still be spawning. So now, yeah, he got pushed off. He should get more people to push him off. Oh, I'm preventing him. Yeah, here he comes the next guy. I'm gonna push him off. But yeah, you get the idea. They're coming here. I push that guy off. You can see it's working. Okay, so now they've all collected down here. And what you have to do, tap them once. They're dead. You can collect their arrows, bones. It's really good if you have a bow, and really good if you have a farm, because what you can do is just turn the bone into bone meal, and then grow your crops like crazy. That's what I do. It's really good for survival, really good for, you know, factions. It's good for anything. So that's how you build a monster spawner, mob grinder, a Mobavator, what you want to call it, I don't know. How to get resources, and how to get a bunch of XP, which can really be useful and handy for enchanting. So that's how you do that. It can be a great addition to your house if you can, if you're lucky enough to find a monster spawner. You can build a house on top of it. So let's say this is your house on top. You just be standing here doing your stuff. You know, monsters are spawning. You come out and check outside, and there's like 50 of them all lined up. You just bang, bang, bang. Get a bunch of resources, XP, get your mine, your farm better, and that's how it works. One extra note is you can also do this with zombies. If you find like a zombie spawner, but it's not as good. It'll take a lot more hits because, you know, zombies spawn with armor, and depending on what armor they have, it's gonna take more hits to kill them. Normal zombies without armor takes like, you know, 1 to 2 hits from my experience, maybe even 3. But ones with armor can take up to 10 hits. So what you can do is, if you get a crappy enchanted sword like one with smite that does good against zombies, you can just whack the ones with armor and kill them in 1 hit. But yeah, you can basically do it with any skeleton or zombies. Maybe creepers, you might have to adjust the height level because I don't know about that. But yeah, it'll work with those 3 pretty well. Can work with endermen, but I don't think they have spawners like that. So yeah. Leveling up, already at level 7. Oh, zombie got in there. No, now I'm at level 8. Come at me, bro. One more thing, if you have a question or anything you want to know about Minecraft, like how to do something, you can post it in the comments. And, you know, you never know, I might have an answer to it. So feel free to ask, and I'll see what I can do.